Hi everyone, and thanks for tuning in. I'm your host Sheldon West, and welcome to the Construction Big Breakfast. Today we'll be diving into the platform Upplift, and joining me is Mikele Brack from Upplift. She's CEO and founder of Upplift. Welcome to our podcast, Mikele, and can you tell our listeners a little bit about yourself and what Upplift is?
Thank you. Yes, thank you for having me today. It's a really nice opportunity to talk about the platform Upplift, which is a platform that brings together the innovation community and the those who are looking for technologies. So it could be a city or a real estate company or other corporation that is interested in identifying technologies in a certain sector or in a certain region so that they can bring them into their operations.
Perfect, that sounds great. No, thank you. And before we kind of dive a little bit, take a deeper dive into it, the big question that we ask everyone, what did you have for breakfast?
Oh, well, let's see. I think I had a muffin and a coffee for breakfast. And you?
Myself, I had a pretty big breakfast, eggs and bacon and coffee, which was pretty big for me, so kind of got my day going. So
very good.
Can't complain
Good
there.
Friday morning breakfast.
Exactly.
Ready for the weekend.
So yeah, you mentioned a little bit about Upplift, and basically it's converging the supply and demand for the smart city. So innovators and their technology come together to meet with city planners and managers and developing something smart for the communities. Now, could you kind of get into a little bit of the aspects and what the smart cities involved? Is it infrastructure? Is it the waste management? A kind of a multitude of things. Can you kind of touch a little bit about what's involved?
Sure. So a city, for example, may use the platform just to identify all of the technologies, their whole innovation landscape across the whole city, all sectors, where innovators are, what level they're at, and that creates a database of their local innovations that they can use to identify clusters and see, how they could best support that innovation community. And that's really topical right now for cities because they're really interested in supporting the innovation community as one of their pillars that they have to gain economic recovery after, or if we can even call it after, the pandemic. So they may just be looking for all of the technologies within their region so that they can support them and help to increase economic development. Excuse me, which is a smart city application in itself.
Yes.
However, the cities may also be looking for specific technologies that they can bring into their operations. So they might say, we're looking for all of the clean tech across Canada, or the best clean tech globally that we would like to bring into our city to help to resolve a challenge around energy efficiency, water efficiency, clean water, traffic management, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. And I guess you see a big uplift with the pandemic. A lot more people are focused on technology and how that can help. The way I see smart cities is using tech and data for good. That's kind of my definition of what it is. Now with Upplift TO, I know that you piloted a few of these innovators and technologies in the past. Could you touch a little bit about a few examples?
Sure. So the Upplift Toronto program we operated several years ago, and that was for Quadrille Property Group and the City of Toronto. And we brought in technology innovators to resolve specific or to address specific challenges that those two organizations had. So they were looking for solutions in energy efficiency, resource efficiency, operational efficiency. The city was looking a little bit more for solutions that were more visible, that could be, available to citizens.
Yes.
Whereas the property company was looking more for things that may be behind the scenes, but would help to create an efficiency that would make the operations more efficient and enjoyable for their customers and occupants. So, it was everything from solar-powered smart benches that power your phone or charge your phone, to innovations that would help to reduce waste, get to a zero waste level within a property portfolio.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's big with the carbon neutral and zero waste has been the talk for quite some time now. Now it seems like we have a plan and just kind of putting the two together and creating that for the cities across Canada. Now, recently you just launched something with Brookfield Institute, I believe, on your website on Upplift.
That's right. Well, it will appear on the website shortly, and that is an opportunity for the Canadian construction innovation community to engage with Brookfield Institute for a survey that they're conducting with players across the construction sector to identify the challenges and the opportunities in digital adoption in the construction sector. So it's a great opportunity for the innovation community to get involved and get their name out there with their construction sector, prospective customers.
Yeah, exactly. No, I think it's great. I think it's a great tool that you developed, because a lot of times all these innovators having trouble piloting a project and finding the right fit for it and finding out who would use their technology. So I think this platform is great to have, not just for Toronto, but for across Canada, and hopefully for a greener and cleaner city going forward with the use of tech. So
yeah, absolutely. Thank you. It's an interesting platform, and it is being used across Canada. We have done work in other countries as well, in London, England, with Canary Wharf Group, and we're currently doing a project with Innovate Edmonton in Edmonton, and looking at other cities across Canada to bring the platform to. I just wanted to point out that it's not necessarily just innovators that are looking to pilot their technology for the first time. It may be a scale-up that already has installations of their solution, but they're looking for additional opportunities, and they may be procured by a city or a company or an organization by being on the platform.
That makes sense. Yeah, no, perfect. Now, I guess with smart tech and clean and technology all coming together with smart cities, have you found that there's also a concern with data and Big Brother in terms of cybersecurity? Because as you're developing more technology, more data is being shared in those communities. Have you found with interacting with the customers that there was a little bit of concern with smart cities, and I guess we're kind of getting away from that human element and making sure that we're talking to the human side of it and the people to make sure that the big tech and the data is safe?
It's absolutely a concern with anybody who's developing a smart city project or a smart city policy or platform or master plan, and lots of cities are doing that now. And there's no question that it needs to be that safety and security of data and of citizens' rights to use their data, that is all protected, and that's usually part of the policy that the city has. And so when they select technologies from our platform, they're going to make sure that they select ones that fit in with their policies. So we're providing the software solution that allows the cities to identify the technologies that they're interested in. They'd have to do a lot of due diligence before they actually implemented them, but they might not have known about the technology if they didn't find it on our platform, because a lot of the public sector procurement processes would never reach the innovation community. They tend to target larger companies. So yes, certainly a concern, or it's on top of mind for cities that are looking at developing smart city projects. But most of them have that well under control with the policies that they're developing before they even go out to look for the technology.
Yes. Okay, perfect. And with your platform, have you seen, I guess over the years, more interest from outside international partners kind of coming on your platform as well and doing work in their cities?
The innovation community on our platform is global. We have probably about 65% of them are from Canada, because we've just done more projects in Canada. And right now, in terms of customers, cities and real estate companies and other customers, we're really focusing on the Canadian market. And so, in the future, we'll be looking at opportunities in other locations as well, but we've got a real focus on Canada currently, possibly related to our lack of ability to travel over the last little while. And there's lots of opportunities in Canadian cities, so we're focusing here.
Yeah, there's a lot of cities developing and growing in Canada. And do you find that even remote cities are now looking into having smart cities implemented in their community, with the northern community as well?
We haven't really come across that yet. We've been focused on the larger cities across Canada. But I'm certain that that's the case. Even if you look at the Canadian Smart City Challenge a few years ago, there was certainly smart city proposals in there from northern communities.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, perfect. I know with northern communities, I'm pretty big on learning more about the indigenous communities and their hardships, and always trying to find ways or kind of communicate and see how we can help them with in terms of clean water and clean the technology, the use of internet. So something like this would be perfect once we kind of establish and develop that in the metropolitan cities. We can probably take that platform or that model and move it up north and see if it works there.
Absolutely. I mean, the platform could be used by any city or community anywhere in the world. They would have to have their own smart city project or policy or master plan or something that they were trying to achieve, and then they would use the platform to identify the technologies that they would bring in to those projects.
Oh, perfect. And I think on that note, I think we'll wrap up the conversation today. Pleasure having you. It was very insightful learning about the platform Upplift and how it can help cities and communities in Canada, across Canada going forward. Where can our listeners get a hold of you if they want more information?
So the best way to reach us is at the on the website upplift.co. So it's upplift.co. Not to send anyone on a wild goose chase looking for the Upplift platform. That's the best way to get in touch with us.
No, wonderful. Yeah, thank you. And to all our listeners today, thank you for listening and taking part of our big construction breakfast. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and we have a new episode every 2 weeks. So please make sure to click that button and subscribe and comment. We're always looking for ratings, so please give us a 5-star rating if you liked it. Share on your social media pages as well. And if you're interested in being a part of our podcast or learning more information, please visit us at www.inventt.com. Fill out the form, and someone from our team will contact you. Thank you.
Thank you.